told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay? Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't.
Those looks! Those looks! Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Christopher Greene. Hard hitting and in your face, out here for a little training this morning. I encourage you every day, embrace the suck, put one foot in front of the other. I know all you can do this, 1,000x yourselves. This year with me, 2022, the 1,000x life. So let's talk about how the whole financial economic system is rigged. It's a fraud, in my opinion. Did you know the central bank in Europe has not raised interest rates for over 10 years? And they wonder why we have inflation. They wonder why we have hyperinflation. They wonder why we're living through a debt collapse. They wonder why that the average middle class worker in Europe and the United States, because the policies have largely been the same here, in the US can't afford food and housing, while the quality of life sinks for the middle class, and they're destroyed through what I believe is the largest by design wealth transfer in world history. Well, the American people get absolutely screwed, ladies and gentlemen. And it's these policies, okay? It's their management and mismanagement intentionally by design that is screwing the American public. So case in point, as I've been talking to you guys, they're saying now we're entering a recession, right? Because as if they would warn us American plebes that the recession is coming. Now, I'll tell you this, man, if they say a recession is coming, it's not coming. They've got something else rolled up their sleeves. I think that there's gonna be a black swan, something none of us can predict. You know, the economic fallout of the collapse of Rome, which is what we're experiencing now, the modern day collapse and end of the 21st century into the new one, right? It's the new norm, they said. We're moving into the new system now, guys. Isn't it great? No, it's not great. It's cheapened. It's absolutely cheapened in my view, guys. It couldn't be any worse. You know, it comes down to the personal responsibility factor that I've been talking about in recent days, that all of us, in order to rebuild America, rebuild our lives, rebuild American freedom, rebuild liberty worldwide, we and you all have to take personal responsibility. Whether or not this is growing your own food, whether or not this is taking control of your finances with financial economic sovereignty for the first time in history. It's never been done before. You can do this with Bitcoin. I teach this at school. Whether or not it's you single mothers or even single fathers out there homeschooling your children, taking personal educational responsibility for your children so they're not brainwashed within the system and they're not controlled. You know, again, the truth to this, the truth be told, all of this stuff is hard work, right? Fitness is hard work. Teaching your kids is hard work because you can't drop them off somewhere. Not everyone has that luxury. Growing your own food is hard work, ladies and gentlemen, but it's because we gave all this power to a corporatocracy of Fortune 100 that now have so much vertical, horizontal, integrative power. Total oligarchies in the United States with no checks and balances, and somehow everyone just seems fine with it. They think it's cool. I noticed today that the PGA Tour is basically putting their foot down and I think either fining or doing something like that to the PGA Tour stars that are joining the Saudi National Golf Competitor League. As if, I mean, think about this, they care about that, but they don't care about the fact that Fortune 100, which markets as advertising for many of these stars that have huge multi-10 million, $100 million plus deals that manufacture clothing and shoes, okay, for the American people, in arguable slave labor conditions, in sweatshops. They don't care about that, but somehow Saudi Arabia is more, of a problem than the United States. I call bullcrap on that. So the point is, ladies and gentlemen, if they're calling for a recession, something far worse is coming. Something much bigger is up their sleeve. They would never warn you, never tell you what they're going to do next. They never warned about 2008-09. They're not going to warn now. They never warned about the last couple years when I told you in February 2020 to strategically relocate and get out. And I told you over the last 15 years to reinvent yourself, to become sustainable, create incomes and cash flows, rebuild yourself. I'm going to give you a little bit of a lesson today, okay? And this is a defining pinnacle truth. You know what the best investment you can make right now is? Yourself. It's yourself. Always bet on yourself. In order to survive and thrive and do the big things, whatever God's given, that talent, that amazingness that each and every one have inside of you, that just absolute special quality. And that's what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that you're special and God loves you. And He's given you so much for a reason. Whatever talents or even hurdles or obstacles that you have, they want you to think that you're insignificant, that you don't matter, that this universe is random. And that couldn't be any further from the truth. It is perfect beauty, absolute design by God. It is a miracle that you are here today, that you have free will, and that you can decide for yourself what it is you believe, and more importantly, how you act. You men out there, I call for you to rise in the United States, to take your power back, to take your liberty and freedom back, to rebuild your communities, to be the great leaders that we need. You women out there, I call on you to be the great corporate leaders, to be the stay-at-home mothers that teach their kids at home and that put a meal on the table, which it seems like so many families don't even do that basic fact anymore, that pray before they ate, that restore God to the United States of America, what was once the greatest country in the world. And now, through disease, evil, these hideous, pervasive politics have absolutely stunk this country and ruined it and cheapened it. I mean, where's the talent anymore, guys? There's not even talent. I was watching an old music video from Michael Jackson last night. I was showing my kids, his famous moonwalk, and we watched his Super Bowl performance, and I'm like, there's no one that even comes close to that talent anymore. I think MJ was actually a person for good. I think they ruined him and set him up for a reason. But the lack of talent, the lack of spirit, the lack of uniqueness, it's devoid here. And, this is what we were warned about in the Bible. The end times, the Babylonic fall, the fall from grace. And again, what they don't want you to know is how powerful you are. They don't want you to know you were made in the perfect image of Jesus Christ. Out of the rib, He created Eve. In total, absolute perfection, ladies and gentlemen. And we have the opportunity now. You have the opportunity now to rebuild. Rebuild those communities. Rebuild those churches, ladies and gentlemen. Rebuild yourselves. Create the income and the cash flows. Realize it's going to get hard out there. They're calling for recession, then it must be a depression. They're calling for war in Ukraine, then it must be a nuclear all-out world war. They're calling for lockdowns, then they're going to do it again. Prepare now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Christopher Greene, freedom fighter, creator of AMTV, alternative media television. And I love you. Jesus Christ is Lord. I encourage you to see you at school. Click the link below and take advantage of that promo code. It's the 1000X life, baby, because somebody's got to do it. And that person should be you.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have one opportunity to really live, to really go balls to the wall, to go 1000X. I encourage you to do it with us. Click the link below. Get in at school. BitcoinRich.com. It is the #1 world-class blockchain educational platform in the world. Create those incomes, ladies and gentlemen. Build up your communities. Start those businesses. Rise and do it. 1000X Life promo code.
Yeah, I'm about to
Do with
fade
me.
away, 'cause
In
every time I wake
2022,
up, I feel like
your
it's
best year
Monday. Something's
ever.
going wrong with
1000X Life. Get in. Before the price goes up. I'm Christopher Greene. Hard hitting.
Gotta
Face.
build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me is such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You